Like him being gone was a big motivation factor. Like that was a motivation factor that got me to work so hard to like got me to get to play Division I football, to get a good education, to get to go to college for free, like to get to help my mom, like to get to do all these things because I was trying to fill that gap. Like it pushed me and was like a crazy motivational fuel and like light that fire. You know what I mean? But like I would never want to be the man that he is.
Yeah.
And that's crazy to say about your father. Well, I didn't have it on me. I just put this on my shoulder, and I'm gonna leave that on the chair. Okay. I didn't have it actually on me. Go ahead.
You know.
Put it above the letters, but like. Okay.
All right, go ahead. Look like you looking at me and speak.
Cruz, that way.
Cruz.
Oh no, I haven't.
Yo. Oh, unscripted.
All right, we good. All right. Yeah. I'm good. Smooth. Cheers, brother. Cheers.
My little shit right here.
It's a drastic difference in the cup.
I know.
Nah, make it look like I was drinking. We good? All right. Yeah, we somewhere where it's not safe right now. About 2 o'clock in the morning. You feel what I'm saying?
In the basement. On
some Alias vibes, but just wanna. My mic is good. Wanna welcome y'all to another episode. We got my man Elijah Cruz here. How you doing, brother? First of all, you good?
Great, brother. How
Smooth. I hate when we got fake like we haven't been sitting here talking.
I know. Like we ain't already 20 conversations deep.
Yeah, y'all just ain't privy to that. But I first do want to ask you, just in general, which I would ask you anyway, like how has life been right now? I know you're out of school now. I know that you, like we talked about that you now, helping out with the football team, but how's life been currently for you?
I mean, life's been good. Definitely a full year out, done school, a full year out in adulthood. Life's been good.
Okay.
Been learning to, thrive and live in blessings,
Okay.
Which has been good, and I've been blessed to live my dream and my passion. A lot of things that I was hoping to do when I was young, like I'm getting to live that now.
Okay. So let's go back to when you were young, Northeast Philly. Mm-hmm. Kind of paint a picture to everybody of like what it was like growing up in Northeast Philly.
Then man, you had to grow up quick. You kind of had to know how to operate everywhere you went. Very, very young. But I love Philly. I think it gave me a lot of grit. I'm proud of where I came from for sure. But you had to learn to be tough and grow up early. But I lived good, man. I had a good mom. Had a real good mom. Taught me how to hustle real young. Taught me how to work hard.
Okay.
That's something you would definitely need. Come from a place like that.
Okay. So I know you said you bringing up your mom. Was your pops ever a part of your life at all?
No. I haven't seen my father since like 7th grade.
Okay. So even earlier years, you said since 7th grade, were there earlier memories you had with him?
Yeah, he was with my mom. They was married for a couple years. But he wasn't always the greatest guy.
Okay.
And he had his own vices and all that people deal with, and he wasn't around for a while. So I went through a lot of my life with just me, my older brother Orlando, my little brother Xavier, and then my mom. Like we've been going strong for a long time. Okay.
Now, visually paint what Northeast Philly is like a day-to-day or like things that as a child you kind of are taught.
Did you look up my street address? Did you look up Palmetto Street?
Nah, I did not.
Oh, damn. Now we grew up in twin home, in the middle of a bunch of blocks with a bunch of twin homes, right on Common Ave, right on Common and Roosevelt. Max's Bar was right behind us.
Okay.
Good cheesesteaks in that joint. It's like a real metro city, like take buses everywhere. I took buses my whole life to every school I went to, taking SEPTA. But yeah, it was just a bunch of row homes off a big main street. Had 5 points right in Northeast. Yeah.
I can see you like you, bro. You really.
I remember that shit because my mom don't live in that block no more, so I gotta make a point a lot of times when I go home to go back and see that block.
Okay.
Like that's a good thing I think to do. Like I get to look at the house, see how far I came. Like, cause I know the young boy in that house, like really, it would be proud of who I am today.
Yeah.
Like, I did a lot of stuff that I said I was gonna do when I left Palmetto Street, and that's always good. But
Okay.
my best friends still live right across the street, so I go back there whenever I can.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now, you said you're a middle child.
Yeah.
So, do you feel like did that benefit you at all in regards to having an older brother that I guess in a way might have acted more so like a father figure, or was the dynamic not exactly
absolutely
that? Okay.
I think a little bit less of a father figure, more of something like he was always somebody I had to do life with.
Okay.
Because he was 1 year above me, and we was always kind of the same age, going through a lot of stuff. So like I was never really alone because I did have my brother Atlanta. Like that was my first best friend. I say that all the time, and like. Absolutely. Like I actually kind of really never thought about that, honestly, of like how much us being together helped both of us, because I know that's something that we both struggle with to this day.
Yeah.
Just processing that and not having that figure. But when you really said it out loud, that kind of does makes me more appreciative of him, of course, but just like thinking like, it's not always just bad back then, because I do remember my brother was always by my side. Like we went to different high schools, which I think was good because we got to branch out, but. Like that was like my big brother. Like we did everything together. Like that was the you can't go there, your brother can't come.
Yeah.
Like that was like that with Orlando. Like.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, get to Central High School. Explain a little bit what Central High School was like for you.
Then Central was amazing. I love Central. 279. Central, greatest high school in the world. It's a really smart. It's a public magnet school in the middle of North Philly. That joint in middle of North Philly, right at Brownani, but it's all smart kids. You gotta apply to get into the school and all that. So it's nice. So it was a public school, but you had kids from every neighborhood all over the city that went there.
Okay.
So I got to experience a lot of the city. I had friends from every neighborhood, West Philly, South Philly. I got to travel a lot, and it was kind of like a Howard. Like it had a lot of just like diverse people. It had every club you could think of, all that. Like a lot of people from my high school come to Howard.
Okay. Now.
I wasn't shocked when I got here. I was like, we got some of them back in my spot. Oh, I'm like, we got some of them back at the school I came from. A lot of them, they came from my school. I remember where they been at.
Okay. so
edit it out.
the diversity, was it the same? Like you said it was real diverse in the high school. Was it the same as where you grew up?
Yeah, it was very same. The same block I grew up was super diverse too.
But like
that whole
you said,
area,
the same class as well. If that makes sense.
What you mean? I mean, Central 99% below the poverty line.
Okay.
Block I grew up on was below the poverty line. So Central was like very similar. Like there were same people that got off the same bus I went on every day on the 18 to go to Central. Like it was people that went to Central that also got the same bus and was in the same neighborhood.
Okay.
And it was like that from people all over the city. Because there was also people at Central that had money, and there was everybody there was smart. So like it was also some exceptions. There was exceptional people there. The alumni is really, really good there. But like I don't know. I feel like Central is still just hindered by because it's still just a regular public school in the city.
Okay.
So I guess resources is very low, but the talent there,
good.
Academically, is nationally like that. Yeah.
Okay, so what do you feel like with the resources being low? What do you feel like that instilled in you at a young age? Like having to go through those things. I know you said sometimes like from the last time that we sat and talked, you talked about maybe like not having pads or like not having certain resources that are just
but when I got to Central, I had to learn how to practice and really play football. Because in high school, it was like everybody got different pads on. People didn't have cleats. Like it was literally, we was on a dirt field in the middle of North Philly with the projects across the street. Like we was literally out there just making it work, just playing football. You know what I mean? Ain't no dumbbells in the weight room matched. So that taught me a lot of grit. Like it was easy to work hard when I came to Howard with all these nice facilities. Like I was super grateful for that. But because I was in there really with 2 different dumbbells, all that, like just making it work with whatever we had. And the books was 20 years old. I look in the book, see people from my mom class that went to that school. Like, They had a lot of that, but the talent was there. Like, people was smart there, and people was going to colleges from there. Like, people was doing a lot of really good things.
Okay. Okay. Now, do you? I think what usually happens, right, when we talk about like these more underrepresented areas, I guess more in a, I want to say in more society, how I view it is like it usually is associated more to minorities, right? Like when it comes to you thinking about underrepresented areas. Yeah. In this case of this specific underrepresented area, it sounded like it was very diverse. And I want to say with it being diverse, it sounded like there was a good amount of minorities that was in that area as well. I don't want to get too like ahead of ourselves because we're going to talk about you getting to Howard. But do you feel like being in an area like that kind of made it real natural for you to be to have friends that were diverse and from different cultures, different backgrounds? Absolutely, because you get to learn people from different countries and all that. Like the block I grew up on, like Central, especially, like it was black people, white people, Hispanic people, people from Europe. It was Albanian people. There was Muslims. There was Jewish people. Like it was diverse in every neighborhood. Like it had different religions. Like, and it celebrated it at my school. So like it was good, and you got to learn from different friends. And it was like it gave you a chance to just grow your perspective as a person. Like learn how other countries live and how other religions see things, and it just kind of gives you. Like it gives you that knowledge beforehand before you really go into the world. It's like you take advantage of the opportunity of getting to know people that, like, if you really get to have a conversation with somebody that's from Bangladesh, like you'll learn so much about a whole nother culture and a whole nother thing. And I think that definitely helps when you meet new people because you're just more open. Yeah. Like I think that definitely made me very, very open. From like how I was raised made me very open. My mom was very open, so I seen that a lot. And then just being able to experience all the different kind of cultures and different kind of people is good, and like that gives you skills to be able to continue to make connections like that. Okay. Now, did that have a feed into your interest of going to Howard? And then overall, like, again, obviously HBCU. Yeah. White man. Yeah. What's the overall interest to how we get here? I mean, I was never really in a PWI setting, so I didn't want to go to a PWI setting when I was thinking about going to college. Because, like, when I was at Central, I was Puerto Rican. Like, I wasn't the white kid, I was Puerto Rican because you were able to differentiate from so many different people because you're so open and aware of all these different cultures and all that. And as well as, like, I don't know, but of course when I came on my Howard visit and I came up here, like I loved it and I felt at home and all that, like all that good stuff. And I wouldn't say necessarily like directly, like where I come from definitely influences me and had made me open, and I just honestly couldn't see myself going to a PWI. Like I was never in that setting. I went to a PWI school for 2 years in middle school for 7th and 8th grade, and that was it. And it was like, that seemed like such a closed off environment compared to when I got to go to Central. And I was like, damn, like there's all these other different people, like just not wanting to be in an environment that's one set of person. But I mean, Central was home. Like I always felt home and welcome. Howard was home, and I always felt welcomed at Howard. Okay. And like loved Howard, and like I think that was the right decision, one of the best decisions of my life. Okay. I have no regrets at all coming to Howard. Like I loved Howard, and I'm appreciative, you know. Yeah. People don't want to leave sometimes. Yeah. Like, I love Howard. No, for sure. Yeah. I think it's funny you say like you talk about how like that 7th and 8th grade experience was a very kind of closed off experience. Yeah. I feel like I think my question to you is like, did you feel that way at all here? Only because like, yes, it is a lot of culture here, but I think all of the culture here is more so under the umbrella of being black, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like the culture is, like it's very diverse. When you get into the intricacies of being black, you start to explore into the different kinds of people that are black. Like there's more than just exactly. You know what I mean? But you get to. As you being a white man, did you feel initially stepping on here any of the closed offness that people might have had towards you? I mean, no. I mean, every time I ever walked on the yard to this day, you know, you get the double look and the little extra stare and all that. But like, I never really cared about that. And then you get the assumption of, oh,
you go, oh, do you play a sport? You play football or something like that? And like, I literally came here as a walk-on. Like, I didn't come here on no scholarship. Like, I came here as a student, and if football didn't work out, like, I was going to graduate here as a student. So, you know, I get those, of course, quick answers, quick questions and all that, but like, I don't really pay none of that mind. Because you also got to understand that, you know, I'm a guest in this space, so like, you might have to not explain yourself, but you know what I mean. You're
not surprised if there's a question or
I ain't, you know, I'm the only white guy in this classroom. Only 5 boys. It's
okay. So how would you say your freshman year was here?
My freshman year was COVID year, so it was online, but like I didn't have, like I never came here and ever felt like I was left out because I was white ever. Like I had a great Howard experience. I had a full Howard experience. Like, you know what I mean? I did everything.
That's all you gotta say. That's all you gotta say.
Like I did this.
Okay.
I got to explore a lot by myself. I got a lot of opportunities. I got to play football. You know what I mean? I was social. I got a great degree. I learned a lot. Like I got to meet great people, make friends, you know what I mean, for life and all that.
For sure.
Like I always felt accepted me and was, you know what I mean? I always felt that love.
Okay. Now, football, you transitioned to that your sophomore year?
Yeah.
Okay. Explain how that journey was.
I mean, that was literally just, I went through some life things, and then that was that. So when I was done my senior year, I was like, all right, I'm going to college. COVID hit. I got a job. Still graduated from high school good. And I'm like, you know, like this football don't work out. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I still love the school I went to. Like all the other things I want to get out of when I go to college. Like I still had those things in place. And like football would be that plus. And in that year, like, that was a rough like pivot kind of year. Like we were doing this stuff in camp, you know what I mean? But that was like a year that was like a pivot year because that was the first time that I wasn't a football player. And I was like, I dedicated a lot of my life to that. Like part of that grit and working hard and all that I learned from Central and coming from Philly and all that was because like a lot of that was channeled through football. Like I worked really hard. Like everything I did in high school was to get to play college football. And then when it just kind of, I didn't have the exact looks I wanted and all that coming to my senior year. And I was nice and all that and all that. And I knew I could play college football. That was part of the reason why I came to Howard. Like I knew I could play football here. Like I was confident in that. Like I played with top talent. Like I was playing good football. My high school just wasn't the best place. You know, they didn't have the best connections for coaches. You know what I mean? But we was playing good talent every week in and out. I was playing good football players that were going to play college and were doing good things. So I always knew I could do it. So I was going through all that stuff. And then as I was going through that rough time, I knew that like I got to get back to football. And that was probably around the May time when I had resolved all the problems I was going through, some legal problems, and then just like other money problems. Like all that was done, I was like, all right. And then that I knew it was come back in person at Howard, and I was like, I got to get back to playing football. Like football, like is me. Like that's a part of me. Like I need football.
Yeah.
Like this is another time when like football really saved my life. And I literally just emailed the same paragraph with my tape, all my stuff, all my information, saying I'm already enrolled, I'm already a student here, I can come in on this day. And I sent it probably every 2 or 3 days to the recruiting coordinator, Coach Kelton, Larry Scott, and the wide receivers coach. Probably sent it every 3 days till finally they answered. It was like, oh, the day you move in, come to the offices. And I just got blessed. Like I came to the offices, they was like, all right, like you're on the team, you know what I mean? Come to practice tomorrow, go get these tests and all that, and like you on the team, and like the rest was really history from there.
Yeah.
Like I always knew I was there, and I knew how college football worked. I knew how football worked, and I was really knowledgeable just in the game. Like football always kind of clicked for me.
Yeah.
And yeah, didn't travel that year, scout guy, came in the middle of camp. The next year. Came back, I traveled every single game of my Howard career. That next season I came back, I had a full camp. I traveled every single game of my Howard career until then for the next 4 years. I played in every MEAC game that I ever put a jersey. I played every single MEAC game in 3 years. I played in the Celebration Bowl, and I played in every time that we got the MEAC trophy handed to us. I played in every single game as a walk-on the entire time.
Yeah.
Fighting on special teams. Got to play some receiver my senior year. Got a couple catches, you know what I mean? Got to experience, got to like really live my dream, play college football. Like I got to prove that to myself that like I always knew I could play football here. And like I had to ride that long road as that walk-on road, like you know how it is. Go through 2 different coaches, 2 different special teams coaches, like just the whole ride of college football. But like playing, like I was prepared for it because I had already put so much work in. Like I worked really, really hard in college and high school. Like
yeah. Now, I know that, again, through the course of college specifically, that you had different things, life things that just happened that made life just a little bit more difficult. We've had conversations about that walk-on life and how isolated that life itself can be, with life things transpiring along with you being a walk-on and going through these tough times and all that type of stuff, along with the fact that still you are on a campus that you are a drastic minority to the rest of the people on the campus. Do you think at any point all of those things combined made it really hard for you mentally, like to just keep yourself up on the day-to-day?
I mean, absolutely. So, I mean, like, I kind of felt like there was always something going on in my life. Like, there's always something hard. Like, still to this day, I've grown a lot to have a better perspective of, like, just handling that hard stuff better. And, but yeah, like, I kind of feel like there was always ups and downs and struggles of college and just life in general that I'm still experiencing now. Like I was, like, kind of when you asked that question, when we first started, and so, how's life now? Like, I feel like now I'm just starting to get to the point to, like, I'm thriving, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not surviving no more. I'm kind of getting to thriving, like, you know what I mean? I got stability, I got all these things nice, like how I want to. I'm getting to live my dream, got a good job, like, I'm getting to live my passion and kind of have life slow down a little bit. Just because I feel like there was always ups and downs of just all kinds of struggles that you could really think of. But, I would say something was watching over me. But I still got to make it this far. I still got to accomplish a lot of good things and live the blessed life I live now.
And along with that, I guess my question would be to you, like, to people who go through things, life things that maybe they might not speak about. How did you get through it? And what advice would you give to them to be able to get through it?
Really talking to people, like being able to play football and being able to be with the guys and being able to talk with you and all JTB, UTG, all the all the real brotherhood you make, being able to talk to those people. Therapy, like, that was another struggle, like the mental health part that I had to learn a lot in college that I didn't get to experience in high school and growing up because there was just so many other struggles before you could think about sadness or these other things that are happening, you know what I mean? So I didn't really get that big like blindside of that kind of experience of struggle until I got to college. And that was a big growing point for me. Another reason why I'm appreciative of Howard, and that I was able to grow through the hard times of many different natures. Yeah. But just like talking to somebody about it, like it takes a lot. It took me a lot to get to the point to be able to talk to people about, like, talk to my friends about it and all that. And but talk to my mom. I talk to my mom about everything. Like, my mom knows everything in my life. Okay. Talking to people, therapy. Now, recently, I'm getting into writing, trying to write more. Get some thoughts and expressions in my head on paper. But not holding that in, like not pushing it to the side. Because if you avoid it and you never face it, like, it's never going to go away. No matter what the problem is, like small, big, mental, financial, whatever. Like, if you just push it away, it's not just going to get solved.
On some grown man shit. Because I feel like now it's becoming more of a thing where men talk about, like, their feelings more with they guys, and, like, just talking about the overall aspect of healing. And I know there's, again, multiple life experience that you've had that you probably still processing and things like that. But I know we had talked about your pops earlier. Yeah. Do you feel like you've gotten to a point where, in a way, you forgave him, or you've healed from that as you, again, walk into a point in life eventually where you might have the aspirations to become a father one day? And
well, I do. That's another good question. That's a good, tough one. No, I can't say I'm healed from that. I think a lot of my life, a lot of my life, I think, was fueled in resentment and anger that I gotta make it despite all of this. Yeah. These other struggles and problems. And I'm learning how to transition that into, like, in a more healthy, better way. But no, I can't sit and say that I care about, like, actually, like, men healing and all that, and say that, like, I've healed from that. Like, that's definitely a big struggle and something I'm working through, and something that is, like, going to be one of those scars that is going to be there for a long time in my life, and that I ran from for a long, long time, like, till then, a year or two ago, like, pretty recently, to when I've been able to really try to like dive deep into it and really think about it and process it. But like, I've definitely pushed that off like a lot in my life. I think the one way that I'm getting to, one thing that I think that matters and I care about to kind of, I guess, rewrite that wrong in a way is like I want to be a father. Like, you know this, like I want to be a dad, I want to have kids, like all that. Like I want to be able to help a boy or son become a man. And I'm getting able to live that in my passion of like those things that I always wanted now as a teacher, as a coach, as a mentor, as everywhere to be around these other men and being able to be that guidance. Like I always say, like one thing I live by to this day, like day that like I really love is, I don't know, I probably didn't come up with myself or nothing, but like be who you needed when you were coming up. Like be who you needed when you were growing up. And because I still have so much struggles and things that I go through because of my lack of a father figure, like I know how much that really impacted me, and that like I now know in hindsight that all the things that I needed and wanted and that could have helped me as a young boy. And now I'm in a position to where I'm blessed to where I'm able to come back to that little boy that was just like me and being able to give him some game and help him. And like, I think that matters, and that kind of help. That's healing for me. Like that helps. That is definitely healing for me with those gaps and stuff that I'm missing, of being able to help other young men. Like saying like we got 18-year-old freshmen in the receiver room and they think I'm old and stuff, but like I can talk to this young boy. Like I'm in a place to where I can tell him some things and he gonna listen to me for a second. You know what I mean? Like he gonna be able to be like, okay, I seen this guy. He did some things I want him to do. He's accomplished. He worked hard. I see how you operate. I see how you do these things. Like this is a good man. Like if I'm being that example, and then I'm able to sit down and have lunch with him and talk to him about something, like I know that that's something that I needed growing up. Like that's something that I wanted. Like being able to ask somebody a question. Like when they come up to me and they ask me about Howard stuff. Yeah. Because everybody back on campus now. And it's like, you know what I mean? That's just what people need sometimes. It's like that big brother, that dad, that somebody that be like, hey bro, like let me ask you a question about something that's going on. You know what I mean? And I'm blessed in getting able to be an opportunity just to where I can be that person that's like, this is what I experienced, this is how it go down, or no, don't do that, or that sound good right now, but just the reality of it. And that has been healing for me. But I haven't had any communication, nor would I know what to say if I saw my father right now. I've written in many letters. One of the best things I've ever written was a letter to my father, and like I've been exploring that in my journey now of like trying to write more and all those such things. And talking about my dad and how much that affected me and that affected my brothers and people like that. But it's a tough paradox, because it's like, damn, I'm so, like, I think I'm very blessed, and like I'm a good guy and I'm accomplished, and like I've done some really good things that I'm really proud of in my life, in spite of him and without him. But like, you know, I'm still of him in a way, and I still have, you know, traits of his and all those things. So that's always, you know, that double paradox of like, because I guess the only similar question that I've ever gotten of you saying, have you healed from that, is somebody was like, oh, what do you think would have been different like if your dad was around? Like, how would you have felt? And like, I have no idea, because I never experienced that and I never thought of it till I got that question. But like, I don't know if I would change it or want to change it, but like that would, like him being gone was a big motivation factor. Like that was a motivational factor that got me to work so hard, to like got me to get to play Division I football, to get a good education, to get to go to college for free, like to get to help my mom, like to get to do all these things, because I was trying to fill that gap. Like it pushed me and was like a crazy motivational fuel, and like light that fire. And like that really like is a tribute to a lot of successes and blessings that I have now. Yeah. You know what I mean? But like, I would never want to be the man that he is. Yeah. And that's crazy to say about your father. Yeah. Yeah. And I think like, you know, everybody, parents in general, but you know, as men, we talking about fathers, like everyone's fathers have their own flaws and stuff like that. And somebody got it worse than me. Yeah, and I've had, you know, I have open conversation with my pops, and we, you know, I think it's like, but I think for me, what's interesting to me in your case is like, right, like even though I've seen my flaws and talked to my flaws with my father, I think it's a whole different type of thing where it's like, you know, because that was your father, that there's certain traits and things like that, but because there's a lack of relationship, you can't even really sit there and explore that with him. It's almost like you trying to find that out by yourself. Did you ever have things that like you found out about yourself that made you truly wonder, like, I can't really attach this type of feeling or action or whatever the case may be as to people that are in my life? Is there a chance that this might be some shit that's reflective of my father? I mean, absolutely. I think, like, you know, anger and like different things that I get from my father that absolutely affect me.
Okay.
Like my father had vices, and I know that I have a lot of those similar vices. I know that that is a part of me. Kind of think of your question a little bit more. Say it again a little, like,
I mean, I'm asking specifics. You still answered question in a broad way. It was just, I was asking, like, was there anything that you might have not been able to locate as to why this is that I am this way, and so then you seem to find out, okay, this might be my father, because I can't locate it to anybody that's in my life. You know what I mean? But I feel like you kind of saying that.
I think I kind of was able to identify a lot of those things early. Like I can kind of identify like things I got from my father, things I got from my mother, things I got from the situation. Like as I've been writing, like I learned a lot of like I get anger from my father and like aggression that like kind of like that fight in me. But I get like love and that kindness from my mother. Yeah. And like I feel like I've been aware of that very, very young, and I'm starting to become more aware of it and being able to articulate it more, which is why I want to write more and all that, and being able to like express it. Because I think if you can find the words for it, there's a lot of other people that are looking for those same words, and I know I'm looking for those same words. But I feel like I can use but also I don't want to put too much blame. I don't want to find something and be like, oh yeah, I get that from my dad, so that's all his fault, and like let that, because a lot of my life has been inspired that like, oh, that's because of this situation, but like I don't care, I'm still gonna go get it how I gotta get it, you know what I mean? Like I'm still gonna find a way and figure it out. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Do you feel like us in general, we all, like our passions are a reflection of what we didn't have, what we lacked? You get what I'm saying? Like a lot of people's drive is money, right? But a lot of people whose drive is money lack money. Yeah. And I think it's interesting hearing you talk about like your passions when it comes to teaching, mentoring, being a coach, things that for all intents and purposes aren't as lucrative in terms of like money and stuff like that. Yeah. But like the passion, I feel like, seems to be there due to what you lacked. And it's not so much about the money for you, it's about helping that kid that was you from back then.
Yeah. I think that helping that kid is going to pay more dividends in the long run. And I don't know, like I didn't come from much, so I don't need much. Like I don't need nothing crazy, like you know me, I'm not no picky eater. I'm gonna go to the calf, and I ain't never complaining about the calf. I done went in there and worked out. And like I think, damn, blanking for a second.
Oh, you good? Take a sip. It get cut anyway. You good? You said you dropped a hard quote that you say you ain't ever had much, so you ain't need much.
Yeah, so I think that like I never received a paycheck that felt better than a kid that was like, thank you for helping me, or like watching a kid grow and achieve something. Like I always felt better about that than like money. Like if I got enough to live and I'm comfortable and I got my bills taken care of and I'm eating good and all that, I feel like that's when you're in a position to give. You know what I mean? Now everything else is excess, everything else is abundance, and like find a way to give that. And yeah, like I don't know, I really don't care for money. Like I don't necessarily want to be rich to go do extravagant things. Like I want to be rich to like help fill gaps of like where money can be put in better places to help people. And I think if you help people, eventually like money won't really matter because everybody's taking care of each other, and like it builds that community. And like I would do my job for free. I teach middle school math at Sojourner Truth Montessori Public School, and I would do it for free because I would get to go in there and talk to these kids and see these kids that could use my help or got a question or all that, or just trying or dealing with their own struggles, their own things that they all got going on. These kids from DC, like they own stuff, but still seeing that life in them and that brightness and that desire to do something, and every kid has something they care about and all that. And I think fueling that and helping that is more important than trying to make money to like look good or do any of that, because that's the future too. Like that's the future of people, and if people aren't educated and people don't care about other people or community, or know what I mean, know how to be a productive member of society and like provide for society and be a part of the economy and be able to help people and be sustainable for themselves and be able to have a family and be able to do those things, then like money is not gonna matter at the end of the day. And like, I don't know, like money is not real, man. That's why I always have to remember to count my blessings, because I can say that and kind of live in that time where like I got all my base levels needed. I get to live my passion. I love what I wake up and do in the morning. So it's like I can do that and not have to worry about the money, and like that's a blessing. Not everybody gets to do that, so I'm very, very grateful for that. But I think that should be like the goal of life. It's like to get to that point, like to get to where I got all my base level needs and stable, and now I get to wake up and I get to actually do what I love to do, so that it can be good, so that everybody's doing what they love and everybody is doing. So if everybody's doing what they love, then everybody's job is going to be good and everything inside is going to trickle up to the top to be better.
Okay. Now I want to dive a little bit back more into again what we talked about earlier in regards to like you coming into this space as a minority, to people that do want to attend an HBCU, right? That happen to be white and are worried about what that might feel like, or the acceptance of it, or whatever the case may be, is have their own worries. What advice would you give to them when it comes to stepping into a space like this, so that you don't, in a way, step out of bounds and you can still very much enjoy your experience and not feel like you're an outcast?
Yeah. I would definitely say like you gotta recognize that we are guests in this space. You know what I mean? This space wasn't created for us, and we have to understand that we are guests, and we have to conduct ourselves in that way, and we have to be open to learn to every lesson that's gonna happen. And we're in a place to where you can learn so much history and so many things about the culture, and learning these things that can help open your mind and expand you to much more than you see in the social media and you see on other parts of the world. Like I really do I do firmly believe that like the world is pretty segregated. Like if you go to different counties and different cities and all that, like you see black people in certain areas, Hispanic people in certain areas, white people in certain areas, you see all of that. So we want to find a way to mesh that together, and you got to understand that when you go into a space, like we are guests in this space, so we got to always be respectful and all that. And then also just checking yourself and making sure that like, is this an environment you really want to be in? Because if you're not going to want to be in that environment, then like you shouldn't be in the environment. But like understanding of like, it wasn't going to be a culture shock when I came to Howard. It wasn't like, oh, I was in an all-white school and now I'm in a place to where I'm in an all-black school and now I feel like the oddball out, because I didn't necessarily feel like that at any time I was here, nor at any times in my life, because of the environments that I was in. I gotta be respectful, open, always learn and listen, and then just recognize that we're a guest in this space. And like doing that, like I said, I always felt welcomed at Howard.
Yeah.
I never felt like, yeah, I was gonna get an extra stare or somebody's gonna look twice, but like I met real brothers, like more real people that I love, like people that I know care about me and I care about them, and we have similarities transcending anything. You know what I mean? Like we have real bond, and I got that from people at Howard. Like I'm a Howard man, and I got to meet other Howard men. I got to experience that, and like that is beautiful, I think.
Now, do you feel like you have an obligation, still having the white privilege, to take what you've learned from this environment and go and speak to people in this case, white people that maybe might not listen to a minority try to sit there and tell them about their own space? Do you ever feel like you have that obligation, or have you ever went out and did that?
Absolutely. I mean, we have to always understand that I, as a white man, I do have white privilege, and that has benefited me in life. And I can never neglect that. No matter what struggles I went through in my life of any other kinds, I've never experienced the oppression that black people experience in America. And knowing that and not being ignorant to that allows you to be open and to learn things and to be able to truly experience it. And absolutely, like another big pivot in my life that I just randomly thought of was, like every time when I went home for winter break or spring break, like I always did the HBCU Philly tour. Shout out the AUC down in Atlanta, Spelman, Clark Atlanta, all them, a bunch of people from my high school. They run the HBCU tour in Philadelphia, And we went around the public high schools. We went to Central, Mass. We went to all our schools, and we promoted our HBCUs. So it was a bunch of people from Philly that went to every HBCU you could think of. Coppin, Lincoln, Cheney, all down to AUC, Howard, Morgan, every team in the MEAC. And we went there and we got to promote HBCUs, which are colleges that are providing all these amazing opportunities for people. Just like any other big time schools you would think of. We're doing the same things here. And I got to go sit and say I played high level Division I football and went on television and played in NFL stadiums and got to do all these things at HBCU at Howard University, at a place that I also got to love college and be at a great college.
Yeah, because I feel like something I've always respected with you, and I think that in certain cases, like I've had friends that are white that have struggled, you know what I mean? And I feel like the difference between you and a lot of other people is that if the struggle is the same, then some people might just assume that we're the same, if that makes sense. You get what I'm saying? I done met people, especially, living in Oklahoma now, where it's like most people are white, but some people struggle more than others, and some people feel like they can relate to me. Mm-hmm. And so I feel like that is one thing, again, I respect with you the most, is for you to struggle the way you struggled, and I'll never know to the extent, but it sounds like struggle, but for you to never have lost the fact of okay, I still have this privilege though, this privilege will never go away. I forever respect you for that. And I feel like a lot of people do lose that when life is hard. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, it's everybody struggles, but not all struggles the same.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I've always had to keep that at the forefront and make sure of that. And that's the kind of checking you got to do as a white person that's a guest in a space. Yeah. Essentially, such an amazing space like Howard University.
Yeah. Now, I know that we talked about your pops, but I want to talk about your mom, because with the bad came a lot of good, right?
Absolutely.
Having to grow up in that dynamic where you seen your mom, probably she putting it working. She making sure that the family is getting right. You get what I'm saying? What has that taught you in regards to when you go out there and Howard campus, crazy amount of females, and how has that helped you translate how you carry yourself when it comes to females, just friends, relationships, just overall your view of women?
My mom, is my superhero. That's the greatest woman in the world. I think she always, she was a hustler from day one. Sure, she never made no excuses, always got it done. And I think the most beautiful thing about my mom is that my mom is a real nurturer. She's a healthcare provider. She's a nurse practitioner, so she takes care of people. My mom really loves taking care of people. The same way I like educating and being with students and mentoring, my mom wants to take care of sick people and she wants to truly help them be better. And she worked like that every day to this day. My mom put the work in, and she was that example of she can wake up every day at this time and go to work. Of course I can, because I'm trying to eventually have her not do that. I want her to be sitting pretty. But seeing that at such a young age in my whole life, of her always just never making an excuse, she got to still live her dreams and do all her passions with having kids young and going through all the struggles that she went through with her, how she grew up and all her everything she was going through, to still see her be able to hustle and work and then still care about people and be kind and want to help people and love other people. Definitely is one of the biggest imprinting things of my life. Getting to see that is a blessing. It's always hard to think about how bad I had it, because I got to remember how good I had it, because my mom, I think, was really, really special. My mom was one of them moms that was if mom, you met my mom, if my mom see you, she gonna treat you like her son, with no benefit to her, to no nothing. She gonna take care of you. She do whatever, however she can help you. You know what I mean? The door is always open. Always just want to help people, and just always spread that love. And that is the biggest blessing in the world, that I got to experience that.
Okay.
That imprinted on me a lot.
Okay. Now, again, you kind of talked about when it comes to the mentorship aspect of things, and that seems to be a big passion for you when it comes to everything you're doing. I would just kind of put it under the umbrella of mentorship. What is your future looking like in regards to how you see your next year, 2 years, 5 years? type shit. But yeah, what is that looking like for you?
You know, I'm excited. I'm trying not to plan too much because sometimes I can get over conscientious and over plan and all that. But I really want to see how far I can go with coaching. Like, I love coaching football. Like, that's a job that I can go into and really not feel like I'm working at all. I'm just watching a game I love, same game since I was a little kid. And I love teaching. So kind of seeing whatever one of those branches kind of spark off and take off first. So I'm hoping in, like, if we go like 5 year, 10 year, like in 5 years, I want to be FBS wide receivers coach, or I want to be FCS position coach or offense coordinator to where, like, I'm calling plays. And then after a couple years in college football, I want to make a couple of dollars. You know, that's where I can make some money. You know what I mean? And then when I want to coach football long term, like when I'm 40 and I'm living life, like I want to be coach of high school football, and like I want to settle down. Like I said, I want to have kids. Like I want to have a family. I want to get to experience all those things that I missed out on in life. I want to get able to experience that. But I think I will always be working on a football team. Like when August come around, I gotta be in football camp. And then during the year, like I'll always be working in some kind of school building. So I love my teaching job now. I'm continue to ride that. They pour into me. I'm pouring into them. I love the kids. Like it gives me energy. Like I love going to that job every day. So really just exploring those to the best of my ability, and then just staying open to any new opportunities that arise, and continue to build on the mindset of like thriving and creating that comfortability and continue to climb to get to that point to where I can, give back.
Okay. Now, you already, we're gonna give him this camera right here, Dolo camera right here. You already know what it is. Mom, older brother, younger brother. God, what, you know what I mean? Whoever, it's your time to give them, like, again, that personal message for them.
I hope they get this shit. Mom, Elijah, Xavier, like, I really love y'all. Like, y'all know how much I lean on y'all and I need y'all, and I know how y'all always there for me. My mom, like, was my rock. Like, show me, like, I'm nothing without her. You show me how to work hard, how to hustle, how to get everything you need to get done. Don't ever get pushed over, but always lead with love and be kindness and like find grace to help other people. And I'm blessed for that. And my big brother Orlando, that's my first best friend since the day I was born. Always by my side, supported, my biggest fan. Every game, supported me in anything I did, called me whenever, always there. And then my little brother, that's my baby brother Xavier, that's my twin. Y'all done seen Xavier. I love you, I'm proud of you. I'm excited to see all the things that you do and how you can surpass everything that Mom built and I've been trying to build and Orlando's building, all the things that we're building, the picture situation, in such a good situation. I'm excited to see how you just 10x that and how you do better than all of us. And, we always here for that support, and you're never alone. And, I'm able to love so much because I felt so much love from all of y'all. And that really, I appreciate that, and I love y'all forever.
And we're gonna make sure y'all get this one. I want to close by I want to bring up quickly the Inky Johnson quote that I want you to first of all go ahead and say it.
The process is over the product. The process is more important than the product. Well, that's a quote I learned probably when I was in 7th, 8th grade, around the time when I was like, damn, probably ain't coming back. That's probably how we about to be living. The process over the product, Inky Johnson video, it's about 11 minutes. Anybody that say they a football player know this video if you say you a football player. But it's just talking about the process over the product. Like the process is going to create who you are in the end, and that's more important than achieving whatever goal or material thing you set out that you desire, that you wanted. So it's not about achieving that ring or that trophy or that prize. It's about the man and what you become on that way. Because I didn't get to go to the NFL, but I got to play college football and I got to work hard and I got to go to college for free. And I got all these blessings and all that. And I'm more grateful than any success I had in sports or anything, or my degree or whatever. I'm more grateful for the man I got to become from going to Howard, from going to Central, from going through all the struggles and the things I've experienced in life. And always having that process over the product and keep taking this next step forward and always work harder and keep going. and finding a way and setting a goal and working towards that goal every day. And regardless, if that goal is a righteous goal and that's a good goal that you set, whether you achieve it or not, it's not going to matter, because the man you're going to become and what you're going to grow into in that pursuit of that is going to be more important than whatever thing you take home from that, because they can't take that away from you. Because that's what is really, that's that sweat equity, that's that grit, that's that, they can't take that away from me, because that's who I am.
Yeah.
It's not about the prize or whatever I want to get. This is who I am. If you're a winner, you're a winner in everything. You're a winner in life. You're a winner in school. You're a winner in football. You're a winner in the classroom. You're a winner with friends. You're a winner with women. You're a winner with money. You're doing all those things, and that just comes from your process. And if you have that process over the product, like, you'll be okay no matter how it shake out.
Yeah. I mean, there ain't no better way to close it than that. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, man. That's all we got, though. We appreciate y'all.
Appreciate you, but
nah, for sure. For sure. Appreciate you, dog, for real. This is the most enlightening, I swear to God, this is the most enlightening sit down I'd have never had. I put it on everything I love. I swear to God. I swear to God. It was the first time, so I was just like, knowing that we was doing it again, I was like, I know exactly what I'm coming here for. Like, in terms of, like, I know exactly what I'm finna get from this conversation. Of course, I wanted to move some things, and I found more importance in certain things, but this was enlightening, bro. And you have a gift, for real. Like, you genuinely do have a gift in regards to, like, and this camera's on, camera's off, like on some real shit. Like, you genuinely have a gift in terms of your awareness and in terms of your maturity, in terms of, like, again, going through certain stuff that allows you to be able to talk game in a certain way to where, like, even me listening to you, I'm getting something from you. You know what I mean? And it's like we're more peers than we are, like, mentor mentee.
Yeah.
But, like, still, it's like there's certain things I could sit here and you could give me game, and I could understand certain stuff, and I'd respect it from you in a way where I feel like it's not like you talking down on nobody. You just, like, talking about the experiences that you done went through for the benefit of other people. So that means a lot, for real. It do mean a lot to a lot of people, because a lot of people will use that to benefit themselves. You know what I mean? The next thing you know, you charging for it, and you on the stage making money in order for you to start talking and stuff like that, or you starting, you know, social media in order for you to, whatever it is, to get that angle of whatever, the money and all the materialistic stuff. But I feel like it's real genuine coming from you, and it's not about, like, what you're gonna benefit from it. It's truly, like, the benefit to you truly is seeing that person walk away and look at life in a better way, and take some tangible things. So definitely, like, I just want to be able to show my appreciation in that way, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you creating this platform of allowing people to do that, because, you know, it's hard for people to do that sometimes, and, like, this is another place where I get to express myself and do that. And, like, that's just as special of you creating that platform of allowing people to say what they want to feel that's positive, and that can help other people.
For sure. Katie telling us to wrap it up. Yo, if y'all want to come out here and get your shit off, bro, just hit me up. You can talk about all your shit, bro.
I'm talk about whatever you want to talk about.
Yeah, whatever you want to talk about. Huh? Oh yeah, nah, we got. Oh, hey, there's a form. If you go to @unscripted business, I put it in the corner or some shit. There's a link. You click the link. There's a form at the page, a guest form. You can just fill it out. Right now, we are focusing on HBCU students. So if you're not an HBCU student, still fill it out, because, you know, we might find a way to pivot or whatever the case may be. Yeah,
if you got something to say, fill it out.
For sure.
And if you think it's meaningful, fill it out twice.
There we go. He said that. I didn't say it. So now you definitely got to do it. That's all we got, bro. Go ahead. Cut it off, man.